What began as a routine excavation in the Saharan Desert quickly transformed into the archaeological discovery of the century when Dr. Elena's team unearthed the first signs of an ancient, previously unknown civilization. The mysterious glyphs carved into the stone entrance seemed to shift and rearrange themselves under Dr. Elena's careful brush, defying all linguistic analysis and emitting a subtle energy that made their compasses spin wildly. As they ventured deeper into the underground complex, the team discovered an enormous central chamber where dust particles floated upward and water droplets from their canteens rose rather than fell when spilled. Professor Jackson's journal entries became increasingly disjointed as he documented how artifacts seemed to grow newer rather than deteriorate further, with ancient pottery reforming from shards and corroded metals regaining their original luster. The buried metropolis revealed itself through a living map that showed time flowing backward throughout the city, with buildings reconstructing themselves and vegetation receding into seedlings rather than growing outward. Ryan, the team's youngest member, was the first to notice the physiological effects when the small cut on his arm from an earlier mishap began to close before his eyes, the blood seemingly flowing backward into his veins. As they explored deeper into the city's marketplace, the team noticed alarming changes in themselves. Professor Jackson's gray hair darkened, Dr. Elena's old scar vanished, and they all began to feel increasingly energetic and youthful. In the city's vast library, Dr. Elena made the terrifying discovery that the temporal reversal was accelerating. Each chamber they entered pulled them further backward in time, their bodies growing younger at an increasingly rapid pace. Panic set in as they realized they must escape before being reversed out of existence, racing through collapsing passages that rebuilt themselves behind them, desperately following their original path as their memories of the outside world began to fade. They burst through the ancient doorway into the scorching desert heat just as the entrance sealed itself, leaving only unmarked sand where their discovery had been, their bodies slowly returning to normal as they watched their footprints vanish from the dunes behind them. No evidence remained of their extraordinary discovery except for the small artifacts each team member had carried out, objects that continued to age in reverse, growing newer and more pristine with each passing day, and the inexplicable feeling that somewhere beneath the shifting sands, an entire civilization was rebuilding itself, waiting to be young again.